In FM21, one of the main challenges is that most teams, due to the world situation, don't have a huge transfer budget. But not us, we've got £54 million. Let's go spend some money. Hey guys, and welcome to the second episode of the FM21 Real Madrid Save, where today it is the transfer special. And before we jump any further into this video, I want to say a huge thank you for all of the support on the first episode. Can we keep going with that support and get 10 likes on this video today? And make sure that you do subscribe to the channel if you are interested in this series. But I'm not going to mess around any longer. I've taken a look at the squad, I've taken a look at some potential future transfers, and I think I've done a wee analysis of where we need to improve. So if we go over to our tactics, this is a rough setup of what I believe I might be using this season. Gegenpress, I mean, we all know it's overpowered. It's always been overpowered. So we're going to give it a crack for this squad. Currently, I think our weakest points are the right wing position. Asensio's not a bad player by any stretch of the imagination. I think getting a wee bit more quality out there would be definitely required. Also on the right hand side, Carvajal, 28 years of age, not the best player we have. I think that's certainly another position that we could look to strengthen. If the right striker comes up, I might consider dipping my toe into that sort of area. Karim Benzema is a great player at this point in time, but don't know if he's going to survive all 3 seasons with this save. Luka Jovic is coming through the ranks and he doesn't look too bad. I'd love to have a really world-class player up front. But I think for now, Benzema is going to be a great one. We could go for a new central midfielder because currently these two are getting a wee bit old. And Luka Modric certainly isn't getting any younger. We do have Valverde and Martin Odegaard, who aren't too bad at all. But again, could be nice to get a wee bit of a better quality option in there. But aside from that, I think that the squad is pretty quality. It's just those players are starting to age up a wee bit, so we need to get those fresh legs in there. So I think the only positions I'd say that are completely safe are probably goalkeeper, left winger, unless we move Hazard into the central attacking midfielder role. Potentially Varane and centre-back, Ramos and centre-back as well. Although it would be nice to get a wee bit of a younger one in there. Militao's certainly going to get some growth, but right now, 2.5 current ability, not exactly what we want to be seeing. But he's got a wee bit of potential, that's for sure. And I don't think we need to replace Mendy. I think he's doing a job out in that left-back position. I think that Marcelo's going to come on if we do need to use him, if Mendy's not got much form. So the main positions, to summarise, that we're looking for: right wing, right back, basically overhauling that right hand side, central midfielder if we can find it, and potentially a striker up top. Okay, don't get excited, we haven't signed a player, but it's 2021, we need to address this. Football Manager, you're telling me that Shandong, Lazio and Fiorentina have all come together and said, you know what, let's all offer £6.5 million for Vasquez. It's just not going to happen. It's not realistic. I'm sick of it. I want £8.5 million for him. It's not going to happen. I mean, Lazio and Fiorentina might, have a wee WhatsApp group, but if you're trying to tell me that they're adding Shandong to it, you may as well tell me that the Wellington Phoenix are in that WhatsApp group as well. Well, I'm not going to lie to you, it's been a while. Most of the pre-season is over, but we have finally made our first signing, and I believe this is one that is going to make an absolutely massive difference in this save. Welcome, Paulo Dybala. I believe he's a man that has been linked with Real Madrid from time to time in real life. He has played for Juventus in the Serie A and been an amazing player for them, and I'm thinking he can play up top in central attacking midfielder, out on the right hand side, wherever we need him. I mean, well, really, just those 3 positions. But whenever we need him in those 3 positions, I'm sure he'll do an amazing job. And those stats, and the age of only 26 years, it's not a bad deal to say the least. £58 million could rise to 63. I think that this is an absolute steal for a man of his quality. And I'll tell you what, if they had the option to go for either Hazard for the price that they did pay for him in real life. Where is Hazard? Down here. Oh, yes. He's out for 2 to 4 weeks, so that's not ideal. But they brought him in for £90 million. I think if they got the choice between Hazard for £90 million and Dybala for £63 million in real life, I wouldn't have been surprised if they would have gone for Dybala instead. But now if we go to best 11 and take a look at our squad, we can see that he slots right in there. And Isco could even play on the right-hand side if we'd prefer to put Dybala in that central attacking midfielder role. But for now, I think this is what we're going to be going with. We're still keeping an eye out for more signings, but we have made some sales. As you know, our transfer budget was not that much, and we've gotten rid of quite a few players. And quite a few players, I mean 3. thought it was more than that. Could have sworn it was more than that. The first one we got rid of was Nacho for £20 million, which I think is an amazing fee to get for a player who was 30 years of age, not even going to be starting, not even going to be on the bench. Yeah, it's nice to get some money in the bank account for that. We've also gotten rid of Vinicius Jr., but only on loan. Of course, we're not getting rid of this man on a permanent deal. He's gone out to Borussia Dortmund, where he's an important player for them this season. And hopefully he can bang in the goals left, right and centre, linking up with Haaland, which is a man that maybe we could be getting sometime in the future in the Save. And our last sale was Odriozola. I got the name right this time. I'm quite proud of myself for that one. It goes out for £17 million. Again, a pretty tidy fee for a player that we're not going to use very much, and hopefully it can go towards getting another right back. The players on our shortlist at the moment include Eric Garcia, who we're probably going to try and sign on a free deal at the end of the year, which actually making bids right now for Demiral, the man from Juventus. I think that he's a great option. Umpacano, yes, these names, it's hard, man. New Zealand is not that. We're called John, Paul, it's easy. It's easy stuff. So I'm apologising for all of my pronunciation. I've also got Fernandinho on the shortlist because although he's 35 years of age, £5 million, I wouldn't say no to it. Max Aarons as well, another man that I think could slot into that right back position. Actually, he's probably my top target for that right back position right now, but we do need a wee bit more money if we're going to do that, get that across the line. Trent Alexander-Arnold's on there. More of a dream than an actual reality option, but Leon Goretzka, again, a bit of a dream, not really a reality, and we're still trying to get rid of some of the players that we don't need in the squad. For example, we do want to get rid of Mariano, and I think he's going to be leaving for £15 million, so don't mind that to add to the transfer budget, as well as Rodrigo, who's going to go out on loan. Vasquez is going to leave, but he hasn't left yet, so we've got a deal confirmed for, I believe, £8.5 million. So we're making some good deals here. We're making some money. We're bringing in world-class players, as it literally says. Well, it doesn't say world-class, it says elite, so it's actually a step above. So give myself a pat on the back for that, and hopefully we can continue to make some insane signings and make sure that we do keep improving the squad. Not that it needs a whole lot of improving. Okay, I will admit, for an episode that is called a transfer special, haven't made a lot of transfers. I mean, Dybala is a great transfer, but maybe we could have gotten a couple more over the line. But in my defence, a lot of this has been scouting, waiting for the report to come back. There's a lot of admin going into this episode, and I have just realised that the Spanish League has 12 substitutes, so we have quite a few youngsters featuring in the 11. I've gotten rid of some players though, so don't worry. There has been some transfers since last time we saw each other. We have managed to get rid of a couple of players that we just didn't need very much. Vasquez has officially left the club. Mariano has also left for £15 million. I think that's a great sale for us. And Rodrigo has gone out on loan to Eintracht Frankfurt as well. So getting some experience for our youngsters. These other youngsters on the bench are getting even more experience, so we'd love to see that. We're also trying to get Fernandinho over the line at this current point in time. Hulk is coming in January. That is an absolute gem of a signing, if I do say so myself. So hopefully he's not, broken every single bone in his body by the age of 35, I imagine, when he comes to the club. Same with Fernandinho. I think the idea with this man is that he can play CDM, central midfielder, centre back. He's all through that defensive midfield sort of region. We've also got quite a few players on our transfer list that we are keeping an eye on. Don't get too upset with me here. I'm doing my best scouting some players. I think the main people that I'm trying to keep a close eye on are Diallo from PSG, because I think he could be an absolute steal and actually quite a good player. I also really want to see how good Zaniola is, because he's got some great potential in this game, and I know that for certain. Marquinhos would be an amazing signing. Umpacano would still be a player I'd love to get in. But there's just not enough cheap players going on right now. And in my defence, this team doesn't need a whole lot of improving. I'm considering just bringing in a bunch of players on loan from the transfer list and hoping that fills out the squad, because I don't know how well these youngsters are going to go if I keep them in there. That's why Gagliardini, there we go, got there in the end, is on my transfer list at the current point in time. I mean, he's a good player, maybe not Real Madrid quality, but he's a good player. He's played for Inter and scored 4 goals. I don't see anything wrong with that at all. And this is probably going to be our tactical setup for the first game of the season. It is not, actually. I've just realised that I haven't adjusted it. So there's more admin that needs to go on behind the scenes. We're going to continue the transfers in the next episode. And of course, we're going to jump into our first game of the season, which is up against Atletico Madrid. We're ready to go for that straight away. Unfortunately, we didn't get nearly enough transfers across the line. I'm still looking for that right back, centre back potentially. I haven't seen too many midfielders that I love the look of. And on reflection, Valverde is a really good second choice option. I don't think that we need desperately to bring in a new central midfielder. So I think this team is pretty good. Like, let's not get too upset and get to work on technicalities about not getting players signed. We've got a great foundation already built. It's if your ground's flat, you're not going to redo the whole floor. You're going to start building the house, and our foundations are flat. Let's not try and mess with the foundations. It's just going to make it all bumpy and stuff. So let's start building this house, and let's make sure that we find the tactic that works for our team, which has been a challenge for me in other saves. But for some reason, I have a feeling it's not going to be an issue here, even though we're versing Atletico Madrid in the first game of the season away from home. But then when we're versing Elche, who seem to be quite an easy team. I mean, they got promoted last season. Come on, that's a dub every day of the week, even if I've got the worst tactic of all time. Well, actually, I kind of tempted fate there, haven't I? I really hope we don't lose that game now. But that is where we're going to end the second episode. Sorry, again, as a short one. Again, I want to apologise for the lack of transfers in a transfer special. Not my fault. I'm putting that to exterior reasons. But once again, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone for jumping into this series. Make sure you have liked this video. It means more than you can imagine. Please subscribe to this channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And every single one of you that does click that button means the world to me. And I'll see you. Oh, no, I gotta say thank you again. Gotta be polite. My parents taught me better than that. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. And I'll see you all later.